If you want to be a $1 million seller on Amazon, then you have got to know these 3 data metrics that I'll be covering in this video. The 3 metrics are conversion rate, cost per click, and your profit margin after all Amazon fees and the cost of goods are deducted. In this video, I'm going to be breaking these metrics down and explain why these 3 data points are extremely crucial to your business's success. If you don't pay close attention to these metrics, then you won't be running as profitable as possible, or could even result in you actually losing a lot of money. So before I jump into things, let me take 45 seconds of your time to tell you who I am and what we offer at Evolve Media Agency. Real quick, if you don't know me, my name is Ian Smith and I own an Amazon creative agency called Evolve Media Agency. At EMA, we completely revamp Amazon listings by doing top-tier product photo and video shoots that greatly increase PPC ad performance by simply boosting the product detail page's conversion rate. We write listing copy, create user-generated content, and create video ads for Amazon PPC and TikTok. We also build out brand story sections, Amazon storefronts, and create off-Amazon marketing funnels. So if you want free access to our Amazon listing checklist, go to amzchecklist.com. And if you want to view our pricing portfolio and get a free listing audit, then book a free consulting call with me by going to emaamz.com. So now let's carry on with the video. All right, so conversion rate. This is basically the number of shoppers that ordered divided by the number of unique visitors that your PDP or product detail page received. So if 10 people ordered your product after 100 people visited your PDP, your product detail page, then you'd have a 10% conversion rate. Now, ideally, you'd want to have a 15% conversion rate at minimum, but keep in mind, a profitable conversion rate will depend on your cost per click and overall profit margin. Now, there are some factors that will affect your conversion rate that you can control and some that you can't control. These factors are the number of ratings you have, your average star rating, the price of your product, and your listing content. Like your photos and videos. Shoppers will compare how those factors look for your listing versus what your competition's ratings, price, and listing content look like. One thing to keep in mind is that the higher your price is and the more competition you have, the lower your conversion rate could naturally be. For example, if your price is higher than $100, some people may feel obligated to shop around since it's not within that impulse buy territory. People tend to do more vetting and weighing their options when prices are higher because they want to make sure they will be happy with their purchase, so there are no regrets. As people do more shopping around, they visit more product pages and click more ads, potentially making your cost per customer acquisition higher as well. I always recommend trying to do the very best you can with the few things that you actually can control, so you can try to get the highest possible conversion rate. These are things like having multiple videos on your listing, having as many high-resolution photos as possible with excellent selling copy in the images, having great keywords in as many places as possible, on the front end and the back end, and having a lot of customer Q&As. Also, having a coupon on the listing to push a little urgency and get those shoppers to buy now. By the way, many people don't know that you can actually put videos in the customer Q&A section, as an answer to a question. By setting up your content foundation to be as best as possible and having a nice coupon on the listing, you are actually reducing the shopper's risk by giving them the ability to trust your brand more so they can actually look past the lack of ratings that you may have if you just recently launched. All right, so let's say that you knew that 20 people would buy out of 100 people visiting your PDP. Then you can look at how much it would actually cost to actually drive 100 people to your PDP. Let's just say in this example that your organic ranking is horrible, so all of your PDP's traffic would be from PPC ads. So if you're paying $1 per click, which is pretty high on Amazon, then it'll cost you $100 to drive 100 people to your PDP in order to get that 20 people to actually buy. Now let's say that after all Amazon fees and your cost of goods are deducted, then you're left with a profit of $5 per sale. So 20 sales equals $100 in profit. So you'd spend $100 on PPC ads to get 20 sales to ultimately get $100 in profit. Now that's a losing money kind of business right there because there are so many other expenses that we haven't even factored in yet. This is exactly why I'm trying to show you why you have to have an understanding of what your profit is, what your cost per click is, and roughly what your conversion rate is. When it comes to cost per click, you can bid at certain numbers to ensure that you aren't overpaying paying for traffic, which would eventually eat into your profits. So let's say you still convert at that 20% and still make $5 per sale, but you have a max bid at 20 cents cost per click. Well, 100 clicks would then cost you $20. You'd make your $100 in profit from those 20 orders, and you'd be left with $80, which would go to your other expenses. Your goal should be to get your conversion rate as high as possible, your cost per click and overall ad spend as low as possible, so that you can profit as much as possible. Also, trying to get your organic ranking and free traffic as high as possible would be extremely beneficial. But sometimes this is a long-term process and is not fully within your control. So before I wrap this video up, I just want to let you know that if you can get your click-through rate up, then that could decrease your cost per click. How you get your click-through rate up is by having a super great main image and making sure that the keywords you're bidding on are very relevant to the keywords that are in your product title. Think of it this way: if a shopper searches specific keywords that closely match your product title and your main listing image is enticing enough to get them to click, then a large portion of people that do that search are likely to click your listing from the search results. Put yourself in that shopper's shoes as best as you can so you can try to fully optimize their customer journey so it leads directly to your listings. That's how you can get your cost per click lower, by having a higher click-through rate. Well, hopefully this video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.